Every mom needs these 5 basic health items at home to make nursing a child easy. Are you still using the back of your palms to check if your baby's temperature is hot or warm? You can use it to estimate, but use a thermometer to confirm. Now, when using a thermometer for younger children, you place it deep in the armpits for a more correct result. But for older children, you can actually place it under their tongue. But make sure it's clean. And then you do this because it gives a more accurate and precise body temperature reading. If after checking and your baby's temperature is above 37.2, maybe between 37.3 to 37.9, but the child is still active, eats well, he plays well, don't panic. Don't rush to go and give him the paracetamol. What you should do is you hydrate the child, make sure he takes enough water, wear him light clothes, and then you can tap it sponge with warm water and then observe. If there's need eventually for you to go to the hospital, you'll be able to give the doctor a breakdown of how the temperature actually rose from 37.2 to whatever temperature it got to. And this helps the doctor to observe the pattern and then better give a diagnosis and give you a better treatment that will help your child recover quickly. And fever is not the enemy. Fever is not a bad thing. It's actually important because it helps the body fight off those infections, the bacteria, the viruses that are actually causing this disease. The fever is there to boost the body's immune so that it fights off this infection quickly. But if the baby's temperature eventually gets to 38 degrees Celsius, and maybe even before then at 37.9 or 37.6, the baby is very uncomfortable, he's not eating, he's not active, then you should give paracetamol. Number 2 is paracetamol. Don't joke with this. So some of you used to give paracetamol to your children using a kitchen spoon. This kitchen spoon technique is not good because some spoons are deep, some are shallow. So you can actually overdose your child or underdose your child using a kitchen spoon. So it's better you use that cup that comes with it, or use a dropper or syringe to give the actual dose, which must be based off the child's weight. So during my youth service, I was working at a health center. I remember this woman coming with her baby. This was like 2 days after she has been giving her baby malaria medicine. And she came to complain that she has been giving this child this malaria medicine and the antipyretic, the fever medicine, and the child is not getting better. She's still having fever. That she feels like the malaria medicine is fake. So we asked her what was the dosage of the paracetamol she was giving to her child. And she told us, and we found out that she was actually underdosing this child. She was giving this child paracetamol dosage when she was, the child is 1 year, and she was giving her the dose of when she was 6 months. She didn't calculate the child's current weight to estimate the paracetamol dose she should give to the child. And that is why the paracetamol she was giving to the child was not working effectively to calm the fever. And then always give this medication every 4 to 6 hours. If the fever spikes or continues after the 4th or 6th hour of giving the paracetamol the last time, don't give again. Don't give immediately. You must wait every 4 to 6 hours before giving. So when the fever spikes up again, you can actually just tap it sponge the child and hydrate. Then I've heard stories of mother mixing up different brands of paracetamol like Emzo and I've forgotten the name of the other one, just to kill the fever quickly. Stop it. Paracetamol and ibuprofen can work hand in hand. Sometimes you need to alternate each one, but it just depends on the fever level and your doctor's prescription. You don't give ibuprofen on empty stomach because it can irritate the stomach lining, and over time, when given repeatedly, it can cause ulcer. Use paracetamol for mild fever, and also should be given to children that have sensitive stomach ulcer or stomach pain. It's an NSAID and it can irritate the stomach lining. It's better given with food, no matter how little it is, even if it's milk or snacks or very tiny food. Make sure there's food in the child's stomach before giving them ibuprofen. Don't ever go low on your paracetamol and ibuprofen supply. You don't know when that 2 a.m., 1 a.m. fever will just hit that child and you start running helter-skelter. You cannot just don't want to have this. And the next is saline nasal spray. It's basically just salt and water, and it's like the safest way to clear blocked nose for children and adults. And I heard that some of you are using Otrivin because it's very fast. It gives very quick relief. Be very careful though. Even though children is written on top, it has to be prescribed because when used carelessly, it can be very dangerous. If your child is under 1 year, don't even try it. Don't give it to that child. So this softens the mucus so that it can be blown away or extracted using a nasal aspirator. So to use this, you need to squeeze first and then insert into the nostril, not too deep. And when you've inserted, you release. So when you release, it sucks the mucus out. And then you rinse in a bowl, you repeat again, You can just do this 3 to 4 times max a day. Don't overuse. If not, it's going to irritate the lining of the nose. Then wash with warm soapy water after every single use to avoid the growth of molds. I always have this in my house. This is ORS. It's basically salt, water, sugar solution, maybe with little potassium and citrate. So it helps to replace lost fluid or lost electrolyte when a child is experiencing vomiting and diarrhea. So to use this, dissolve 1 sachet in 1 liter of water and use for just 24 hours. After 24 hours, discard. Then you should always use ORS with zinc. Sorry, my zinc is finished. So why do you use zinc? You use zinc because it's like the element that helps to fix that stomach lining that is undergoing vomiting and diarrhea. So as the zinc is fixing, the ORS provides the fluid and electrolytes to help, rebuild and restructure the gut system and makes it heal quickly. So another important reason why we should use zinc whenever you're giving ORS is because zinc prevents diarrhea and vomiting for at least 2 months. It gives the child 2 to 3 months before the child comes down with this diarrhea and vomiting, which you know is very common in children. So for babies under 6 months, you should give 10 milligram. That is half of a tablet because a tablet is usually 20 milligram. And then for adults or for children above 6 months to older children and adults, you give them 1 full tablet, which is 20 milligram. If the child vomits the zinc immediately after taking it, then just wait for about 30 minutes before repeating the dose again. So thanks for watching. If you watched up to this point, I'm grateful. Bye.